exclusive. A woman critically injured in the shooting that killed Migos rapper Takeoff, speaking for the very first time.
Sidney Ledet is 24 years old and says it is a miracle she's alive. It's a story our Grace White has been working on for months.
She joins us with the exclusive.
It's very hard for Sidney Ledet to sit down and talk about that night. We've been waiting for months until she was ready to tell her story. And tonight she sat down with us to talk about the shooting and her recovery that's far from over.
I really just can say I'm just grateful to be here. And
Sidney Ledet is a survivor.
Do you remember the moment you first woke up in the hospital?
I didn't want to be there. I kept telling my mom I want to go home. I had never been in a hospital like that.
The night rapper Takeoff was shot and killed outside a bowling alley in downtown Houston, she was shot too, in the head, after what Houston police called a private party that started on Halloween. It was just 2 days after Ledet's 24th birthday.
I remembered what happened because when I was up the whole time after I got shot in the head, and I called my mom and told her what happened and to come.
Ledet says somehow she made it down an escalator and to a friend's car who took her to the hospital. She was in a coma and intubated before she woke up.
I felt the sting in the back of my head. I felt myself falling, and the person I was with picked me up and we got in the car, but it was like a scary movie, really. Ironically, it was Halloween night. I had on a nun outfit. I had blood all over me.
At any point, do you remember being scared before all that happened, or was it, in your opinion, a normal night?
There wasn't any arguments or anything until the event was actually over. And yeah, that's when I knew something was wrong, because I thought these people that were arguing was just playing from, like I said, the energy that was in the room before. Everybody was around the table playing a game of dice. So I thought it was just like, some friendly banter.
But that banter turned into a shooting, sending the crowd running. And that's when Ledet says she was shot. After a week in the hospital, she was finally released.
What was it like when you went home?
That's when the real stuff started. I had a panic attack as soon as I got home.
Born and raised in Houston, the community's rallying around her recovery, raising money on a GoFundMe page to help pay for her medical bills. Ledet knows her recovery will take time, physically and emotionally, but is thankful she survived.
I was just grateful that I did, because the place that it hit in my head, I just feel like it was a miracle.
We'll have more of Sidney's story tomorrow, including an interview with her mom and her attorney, who says more should have been done that night to control the crowd.
All right, there are 2 men involved in this case that have been charged. What's their status?
Well, the man charged with Takeoff's murder is Patrick Clark. He bonded out just this month. And there was another person charged with felon in possession of a weapon, Cameron Joshua. He's still in jail, but the investigation continues.
The girl that got shot the same night that Takeoff lost his life finally speaking out. And I had no idea that it was that serious. I heard that somebody else got shot. But that's the thing how the media do. The media was just focusing on Takeoff. Rightfully so. He's a celebrity. Of course, more attention going to be brought to him. But as far as the other victims, I didn't hear nothing about them, their condition. I assumed that the other people or person that got shot, it was non-life-threatening. That's what I just assumed. But it was a woman. She got shot in the back of her head. She fell into a coma for a week, and then she was released, and she finally had her first ever interview and saying her recovery and the stuff that she's still dealing with. And she had no idea that Takeoff lost his life till after she made it home and was recovering. Yo, that got to be crazy. You going to a private event, Halloween night, just to go out, celebrate with your friends, turn up, get lit. Every time people go out to have fun, especially on the weekends, you are looking to have a great time, but to come home safe. Every time. Nobody goes out, unless you're a complete idiot, nobody goes out with the intention to start something, nobody goes out with the intention of not making it home. It's a small percentage of dumbasses that go out intentionally to start fights, to start dumb shit, but that's a small percentage. Everybody else, no matter where you live at, you want to have a good time, whether you go to school, whether you go to work. When you get the time off, you want to celebrate. Whether you like to drink, smoke, or just dance and have a good time, you trying to find the best, safe place, nobody gonna be tripping, good vibes. And I'm assuming that's what Takeoff and Quavo thought. They thought they was safe. Mob ties, J. Prince Jr., they thought everything was straight. It was supposed to be a non-weapon event. Like, nobody doesn't have guns in there, but people from Houston had weapons on them. I'm not sure if Quavo had anything on him. Just like the girl said, everything just happened so fast. She didn't know any altercation was about to happen until they got the voices raising. Niggas got in their feelings. Somebody put out a gun. It's crazy. And she got to live with this for the rest of her life. And Takeoff lost his life. Crazy, man. Rest in peace, Takeoff, man. What y'all think about this? Your boy B. Make sure you like and subscribe. I'm out.